See you live. All right, let's get going. I want to make sure there's no echo because every time we go streaming live on the YouTube, we seem to pick up an echo. But I'm very delighted to be here today, guys. I want to show you some things about how you're able to get yourself in a position to succeed. So, all right, let's get going. I want to make sure there's no echo. Okay, so we're primarily here to guide folks with, and there's no echoing now, correct? Everybody's good?
All good.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we figured that out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look now on our slides, and I'm going to share with you some information on what do you do next? You've just got your real estate license, or even you're like restarting. You feel like you're restarting in your business, and you want to like finish up the year and make a good outcome of the year. So, what are some of the things that you should be considering? All right, it's time to grow. So, our topic today is how we're able to begin, or where do we begin when we've just gotten our real estate license. You're a brand new realtor and you're saying to yourself, what the heck do I do first? Well, I've got some good news for you, because when you stick around here today, I'm going to show you and I'm going to give you a few gifts as well for those of you that make it all the way through. This should take about, maybe I say, 45 minutes. So you want to stick around, grab a pen and paper. You are supposed to have in your lunch right now, and I'm having my coffee. All right, so we're lunch and we are learning. Well, first thing we want to do is we want to take a poll. And Jen, I want you to shoot that poll out there. And people, I want you to answer. How many of us here are committed to succeed, right? How many of us are committed to succeed? I'm going to drop the poll. I can take care of it, Jen. Don't worry about it.
I
How many
launched
of
it.
you launched it? Okay, thank
Mhm.
you very much. So I want to see, how many of us are ready to succeed? And I want you guys to all answer that question right now. Are you committed? Because you got your real estate license. Are you committed to succeed? I want everybody to answer that question. All right. Okay, we got 20% so far. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm waiting for you. I want to know just how many of us are committed to succeed. All right. Ready to grow now. I'm seeing a lot of people are saying they're ready to go now. They're ready to grow. Of course, you are, aren't you? Before you start to do anything, you want to understand what the current conditions are. Most of you know right now that NAR, few days ago, uh, completed or ended up in a lawsuit where, we are now in a position where we have to think about how we are doing our business. Now, I was asked this question a few days ago. Well, Paul, can you imagine what would happen if we had to actually negotiate for our commissions? What happens if you wake up one day and you are out there and you're a new realtor, or maybe you're an experienced realtor, but think about it. We get commissions from the co-broker inside. When a realtor lists the property and put it in the MLS, there's typically a commission there. Usually, 2%, 2.5%, 3%, right? That's normal. All right. What if that goes to zero? What if it goes to zero? How would that affect you? Well, I started thinking about that and I said, well, you know what? For me and the folks around me and in our community, I believe we are good because we have the skill set that we need in order to do that. So, one of the first things you need to do after you get your real estate license is to make sure you develop your mindset and your skill set. And today we're going to talk about that. And as a matter of fact, I have two beautiful gifts for you, and you're going to see that soon. So we have another question that we want to kind of see who is out here. Now look on the screen, right? I've got another question, and I want Jen to launch that question for me again also. All right. Now the question says there, what does it say? What if your MLS commissions had to be negotiated? Do you feel that you could succeed? I want to see, do you feel right now, currently, that you're in a position that you could succeed? Yes or no? Yes, you think so. No, not sure. Okay, look at that. No, the poll is running here and people are saying, no, I'm not sure. Most of us are saying, not really sure if we had to negotiate that. I understand because you're new. I understand that. Okay, let's continue on. So for those of you who are not aware who I am, my name is Paul R. Atkinson, and I'm the author of the book, The 5 Steps of the Sale, and the creator of the program, 90-Day Business Accelerator. This book is written in 2022, April it was launched, and the book teaches you and shows you all the techniques, how to close 99% in your presentations. So right now, what does that mean to you? It means that if you are a realtor and you're going out to show a buyer, you can succeed having certain tools and certain things that you do to make sure that they make an offer. If you're a realtor and you're going to see a seller on a listing appointment, which, listings, they make you the king or queen, you are able to go ahead and present that presentation in an impeccable way to get the seller to actually sign off with you. Closing 99% in your presentation is very important. So let's continue on because I have a lot to show you. I want you to stick around, and right now on the screen, look at that opportunity. There is going to be a gift. If you want to jump ahead right now and beat everybody to the punch, I have 2 gifts for you. Scan that QR code, set up your growth call, because the gifts are phenomenal. And I'm going to show you and tell you what the gifts are as we move on. But you have an opportunity right now to grab that QR code right in front of you. So let's talk about the report, some facts, right? You need to know what you are getting into. You need to know what you need. So if you're not aware, National Association of Realtors produces a portfolio every year in the beginning of the year, typically. And that is a compilation of data and facts and trends and information that will tell you about our community as a realtor. So as you can see at the bottom of the screen, there are at least approximately 1.6 million realtors in the United States. So 1,700,578, blah, 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 as of October last month. 1.6 million realtors. So this is where we're going to start at, right? From there, what are you getting into? Well, look at the facts. The fact says that you, my dear realtor friend, colleague, you know how I feel about you, is expected that 80% of us will fail. So look at the facts right there. It says it, and I'm going to kind of like write on the screen a little bit. You see this box right here? It says that agents, realtors that are 2 years or less, look how many of them on average right here. This is the median income, $9,600 for the whole year. My gosh. That's not even after expenses. That's before gross. It says right here, gross income before expenses. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? I see you guys over there. It is crazy. But, if this is something that you're going to get into, can you live on this? Why are you here? Why did you get your license? You are going to be an entrepreneur. That's what you say you're doing. So I'm going to tell you some facts, right? We are actually set up to fail. And I'm sorry to say that. But scientists reveals that the human being, the average human being, up to age 35, has already been set in their ways. 95% of the things that we do is just controlled in an unconscious way. Unconsciously, you drive down the street, you go there, you get put on your clothes, you brush your teeth, you're set in your old habits. You just go through all of this, your old habits. As an entrepreneur, you have to be able to do certain things, and that's mindset and skill set. And those 2 things you have to develop consistently. And how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you just how to do that as we move through the slides. But these are the facts and the trends. Now, you know what's interesting? Look at realtor, the facts here. If you're going to be a realtor 6 to 15 years in, you mean to tell me you only can make $75,000? Oh, wait, hold on. If you're a realtor and you do 16 years, wait, you could only make $80,000? No, come on, man. What are you telling me? But look, let's say NAR says right here, look, this is NAR report. And it says that only about 12% of all realtors are going to make $100,000 or more. 12%. So what's 12% of 1.6 million? Good God Almighty. Are you in the top 12%? And can you be in the top 12%? Okay. Yes, you can. I'm going to show you some things that you can do that. All right. So don't worry. Now, why is our business failing? There's even more facts right here. Even the Bureau of Labor Statistics did research and talked about salespeople. And it says that, hey, you know what? There are various reasons why. Okay, financial hardship, we get burnt out, we have bad marketing strategies, workplace issues, blah, blah, blah. According to the Objective Management, they did a research on 700,000 salespeople. And over the past 24 years, and they say only 6% are great at selling, while 74% of the people are failing. So you're heading into an industry that requires you to sell, but who's going to teach you? Is it your broker? Is your broker have a program that's going to actually tear you down like I went to boot camp in the Navy and they tore me down and build me back up? Is there a program like that out there? Okay. All right. Let's see. We're going to talk about that. Hang in there. Okay. More facts on our fail in our business, right? Popular industries that fail. We're talking about NAR. We mentioned that already. All right. NAR talks about, hey, you know, only about 10 to 12% of us are going to make 100,000 or more. The industries are, okay, car dealers. Who cares, right? These cars, they're always crooked, but still, guess what? They fail. 17% failure rate, 47% failure rate, 70% failure as they grow. There is a way for you not to fail. I know that, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to reveal it to you today. But you got to understand what you're getting into. Very important. You must know what you're getting into. Okay, let's continue on to the next slide. Remember, I told you before, right? 87% of the realtors fail, and this is where you're going. So don't forget that. It's very important that you rise up and be in the top, and the ways you could do that. So if realtors are falling into a plateau situation, what does that really mean? Why is it that the trend for so many years, 1.6 million realtors, they actually start making some money and then they just plateau? Well, it's the same as if we were to say, why is it that someone wants to lose weight and they're busting their butt and they're at the gym and they're doing something and then they just plateau? It's the same principle. They are not empowering themselves. Their mindset is one thing, to eat right or whatever the case may be, and to get out there and to do it. And also their right attitude, mindset, attitude, all the same thing. And then you have to have the skills, developing your skills consistently. I'm going to show you some really good tools. All right. So here's some key things. They did a little research and they said, well, you know, why business owners fail? You are a business owner, are you not? You're a realtor, you're an entrepreneur, you are a business owner. All right. It says that they say that we're insane. Look at this. We keep doing the same thing over and over again. They say that we have no training, no mentoring, no coaching. Huh. We do not know how to connect with people. That is so darn true. Most of us, we don't know how to connect, but yet we're out here with a real estate license calling ourselves a realtor to go and sell our auntie or uncle cousin's property. No? Isn't that true? Okay. They do not have selling skills. Oh my gosh. I have another poll for you that's coming up. And I want you to start thinking about this question. I want you to start thinking about if you needed selling skills to do your job and to make the six-figure income, or even to make $80,000, what would that be like? On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate yourself, okay? Rate yourself. Oh, Jen, she put out the poll right now. So go ahead and rate yourself. What do you think? And be honest. Be honest. You know, I see a lot of people right there in the mid-range. The polls are coming in. As the polls are coming in, I'm going to allow you the time. Come on, go ahead. We have a few more people that want the time to answer it. I want you to think about that. Answer the question. How many of you feel that you have selling skills? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your selling skills. All right. While you guys are answering that, let me continue on, right? Because it's very important that we continue. Here are the facts, right? The facts are that they are expecting us to fail. They say that the realtors come a dime a dozen because everybody has their license and they cannot be trusted. I don't like that at all. And that is why I created my system. Now, before I tell you about the system, here's one more fact that you can research and check it out. Harvard did a study and they said that salespeople don't close the deal. And this guy that did this, his name is Steve W. Martin. He wrote this and he says that, look, you know what? Salespeople like you, they cannot be trusted or respected. They can't be converse effectively. So you really don't know how to like make a connection with people. You know, you don't know the association technique where you're like, hey, I like your shirt, I like that. You know, do you have practice in that? Do you know what that's like? Do you know what the mirroring technique is? How you actually copy someone's behavior and demeanor? Do you know what psychological reciprocity is? How you use the ability to give someone credit for their values, their beliefs, and then in return, they owe you one. Do you know all of that? That's how you communicate effectively. They can't clearly explain how their solution will help the buyer. Interesting. Oh, what about this? You're too self-centered. You know, I've seen some time doing some transaction with some realtors out there, and on the other side of the fence, maybe I'm representing the buyer, the seller, whatever. But in working with some of the realtors, some of us are too self-centered. We cannot think outside of the box. We're just stuck in, oh no, this is not right for my client. Who are you to decide that? You've got to get this over to the client in the most impeccable way. All right, they used the wrong closing strategy. What the heck could that mean? Well, there's a secret to closing. There is a secret to closing. And I'm not going to give it to you right here. I'm going to let you work for that because you're going to need to earn it. Because when you know the secret to closing, you're a champion. They don't alleviate the risk of buying their solution, right? So when you give a presentation, you're supposed to make this presentation be in a way that the people like you, trust you, believe in you, and they see that your solution is going to solve their problem. And you need that skill set. If you don't have it, you got to get it. Establish a personal connection. How do you get that person to like you, to listen to you, trust you, and believe in you? Very interesting, isn't it? All right. Salespeople who make 50 keys to $100,000, we said they get stuck. Why do they get stuck? Does anybody know why? You can put in the chat. Tell me, why do you feel that people get stuck? I'm going to take a look right here. Okay. Tell me? Let me see. Give me some comments. Who can tell me? Why do you feel people get stuck inside of their jobs? Give me a reason why. Of course, yeah. Lack of, let's say, coaching, lack of training. Yes, They don't know how to get the next level, and we are here and there's comfortable, and they're comfortable. They're stuck. Yeah, you're right. They lack motivation. Got that right. All of the comments are so good and so right. All right. I can't pay attention to that anymore. Let me pay attention to the slides. Let me tell you a little story. I got to build some trust with you. Who the hell am I? Right? Let me tell you a story. All right. Thank you. I see the poll right here. Look at the poll results. Let's share the results on the poll, man. Gee whiz. Oh my gosh. Most people, I just shared that with you. Look at that. Most people right here are like a 6 or a 7 with their selling skills. 3, some people are at a 3 or a 5 with their selling skills. And you know what's important? You need to have selling skills. You need to get the selling skills up a notch, up. You got to keep growing it all the way to a 10. So why do I say this? Let me tell you my pain. You see this guy right over here? This ugly guy, look at this ugly guy over here. I was an electrician. See that thing on my, that's an electrician's mate. Look at this young cat. I look like Muhammad Ali sometimes. This is Bob. Bob was like my boss. And Bob was pretty cool, man. You know, we won a lot of trophies year after year. I was kicking it. But before this, I was suffering. And the story is like this. In 1992, Bill Clinton came into office and he actually decommissioned my ship, the USS Forrestal. I was stationed on the ship and the ship was decommissioned. When it was decommissioned, I actually got forced into doing a sales job. I had to sell the Navy. And when they did that to me, I ended up in the streets of Philadelphia, Camden, New Jersey, and I had to go sell high school students on them joining the United States Navy. All right. So here I am, electrician for many years, and I know my electrical work. I'm doing good. I'm in the ship room and I'm doing, you know, okay and living my life. And now I'm on the streets in New Jersey and I have to go convince somebody to join the Navy. That's sale is the hardest thing I've ever done. And at the same time, man, I was getting a divorce. It hurt me so bad. I was crying. I was like all tore up. I couldn't get it right. Now, because I was an electrician and I knew circuits, you know, when you do like a flow chart, there's a circuit, right? So I started reading books and I said to myself, wait a second, this sales thing has got to be like a systematic way. It's got to be like a flow chart. I figured it out. The 5 steps of the sale: conversation, curiosity, conviction, desire, and close. I created this little systematic approach to get the people to join the Navy. From then, boom, it's phenomenal. So take a look. Let me get back to the slides. Watch what happens, right? All right. So we got past that poll. I started to use this book right here, the material, the book I wrote. And it's been a secret for like 29 years till I released it. The 5 steps of the sale, I'm going to show you what it is in a minute. Just hang tight. And remember, at the end, there is a gift. If some of you have signed up already with Diana, that's great. You want to do it because I think the first 20 people that actually sign up, I'm going to give them something even more special. Listen to me carefully. Forget about all of that. I used the 5 steps of the sale, which I'm about to show you, to sell the United States Navy. Yes, I did. I use it to sell computers. I use it to sell cars. I use it to sell life insurance products. And I use it to sell real estate. You see this book right here? This is my first book I wrote, 2017. It's called The Art and Science of the Real Estate Agent. Day 1, close my deal. Well, it says day 1, close the deal. My brother, Richard, was a mortgage broker when I started out in 2003, November 2003. When I went and got my real estate license, I came back to the office and he says, I told him, hey, I got the license, I passed the test. He says, I knew you would. Here's a lead, man. This person is qualified for $250,000 FHA financing. I said, okay, thank you. I got it. I put the lead down on my desk. I made my call, my financial planning man. I'm just doing my thing. About an hour later, I said, oh, let me call these people. So boom, I call the people. Hello. Hey, I'm Richie's brother. Yeah, I'm a realtor. The guy says, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Winston Park. I didn't even know where that was. I had no idea. He want this, he want that, and that. And then I said, okay, cool. When do you want to look at it? He says, how about this evening? I said, this evening? He says, yeah. I said, okay, no problem. ran down the street to my friend Buddy at Century 21, and I joined Century 21, got my license put there, went to the board, joined the board. I did all that stuff. Long story short, my broker helped me to pick out about 5, 6 properties. I got the sheets. I got a copy of all the contract package I needed from him. And I went out to the houses, looked at them before the people came. I showed the houses. That night, I closed my first deal. I closed it. All right. I closed my first deal. Amazing. Now, I want to go ahead and inside of it looks like in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's phenomenal. The 5 steps to the sale. What in the world is it? Before I tell you what it is, I want you to realize that selling is required as an entrepreneur. I don't care what you are doing as an entrepreneur. If you are, you have a business, the business require a sales team, or else ain't no deal's gonna happen. That's it, point blank. And you got to know how to do that. Now, you're a realtor. Selling is required, but it's not given to you in our industry. Well, I only know one place that really gives it. It's called Successful Business Academy. Successful Business Academy. That school over there, they're giving it to you over there. You got to check them out. Not only is sale required, but sales is also a system that is fun. It's fun, man. When you learn the techniques of selling, it is actually fun. It is also a system that is easy to learn. The 5 steps of the sale, I'm going to show you about it. Okay, but you must practice it like a Kung Fu master in order to master it, because 30 years of being in the business now as a salesperson, and I still have to practice. But here's the real good thing about sale. When you're selling effectively and the right way, it attracts new clients. You don't push anything on people. People actually want to come to you. And that is what the systematic approach of the 5 steps of the sale does. And I'm going to show you why. So remember, we talked about this book. And why did I write the book? I wrote the book because I wanted to help people. I wanted to help you who are here today, all of you. I wanted to help myself to be able to give back to the world, to you and everybody else that's coming for generations to come, a systematic way that I figured out over 30 years ago that has helped me consistently to do exceedingly well. What is the 5 steps to the sale? It is a systematic approach to you getting a closing. And it starts with step 1. And in step 1, you have conversation. You talk to the prospect. You get the prospect to like you, to listen to you, to trust you, and to believe in you. There are ways to do that. In particular, 3 techniques: the association technique, mirroring technique, and psychological reciprocity. We teach that very well at Successful Business Academy in our 90-day program. And we're going to give you an opportunity to learn more about that as we move on. Number 2, curiosity. After you've got this conversation situation worked out, and they're liking you, listen to you, trust you, and believe in you, and you find out their want, need, and DBM, we call it the want, need, and their DBM, that is their dominant buying motive, DBM, then you move on to curiosity. And this is where you make the prospect hungry to hear your proposal. They're curious. They're like sitting up in the chair. They're like, oh my gosh, hey, listen, Paul, tell me how am I going to get this? After you make them hungry, then you move them into the conviction stage. And in the conviction stage, this is where you give your presentation. Your prospect is going to justify buying your proposal in this stage. This is where they're going to say, yes, 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 sign me up. And they're going to turn around and sign the listing agreement. They're going to say, yes, 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 yes. Let's go ahead and make the offer right now, Paul. Sign me up. They're going to bypass this section, which is called desire. When you do sections 1, 2, and 3, very good, they bypass number 4. And step 4 is desire. And that is where you just handle the person's objections. There is a secret to handling objections. You basically take the objection, turn it into a question, and then answer the damn question. Point blank. That's it. Ain't nothing more out there. You take that objection, flip it into a question. And let me give you an example. Seller says, oh, no, I think I want to go ahead and I want to see more realtors. I want to go ahead and I want to see more realtors. I'm going to throw you a bone right now. Let's do a little coaching. I'm going to give you guys a gift. Here's a way to handle objections and what objections are. The seller says, okay, here you go. You got your pen, you're ready to go, sign. And the seller says, no, I want to talk to other realtors. I think I want to talk to another company, another realtor. The way you handle that is step 4 in the 5 steps of the sale in desire. Step 4. Oh, Mrs. Seller, I could understand how you feel. Others have felt that way. And that brings up a question. And the question is, you're wanting to see other realtors. Is that the question? And they say, yeah. And they turn around and say, okay, well, what does that mean to you? What do you want to see from the other realtors? And they say, well, my mom always said I should get a second opinion. Okay, I thought you liked me. I thought you trust me. I thought you believe in me. Look at all of the things that I say I'm going to do. Do you think there's anything? Let's go over them one more time. Guys, I love this. It's simple. It's fun. It's easy. It is so real. You're actually clearing up the air for the people. You're not a car salesman. You're not doing anything bad. You're not doing any injustice. You're actually doing justice. You're helping people. When you know the 5 steps of the sale, that's when you're helping them. All right, let's continue on. I'm not going to keep this up here long, but I want somebody to look real quick. Here is the data. Who am I? Can you trust me? Can you believe in me? Well, I just pulled my report right here, and this is what the sales volume is. So day 1, I closed my first deal. I've done a little bit more than what you see here advertised. I try to be very modest. I do more than 300 transactions with my team, on and on and on and on. If you don't trust me by now, leave. That's fine. You can go. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But I want you to trust me because I trust you. You are here to get the secret sauce, and I'm going to give it to you. My gift to you. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper, and then we're going to wrap this up, okay? The 5 steps to the sale. We talked about it, right? And we said that, it's conversation. And in the conversation, you get that prospect to like you and trust you and believe in you. And then from there, you move on to being in the curiosity stage. And you make them curious. It's all logical. This is all logical. You first have a good connection with them, and then you make them curious. And then from there, you move them into the 3rd step. But what if you don't get this done? Do you move them here? No. The answer is no. If you can't establish step 1, step 2, I'm sorry, do not give a presentation. You're wasting your time. Why would I say that? Because sometimes that happens even to me. I go on a listing appointment and I just can't get connected with the seller. And I just say, you know what? I really brought you an amazing presentation, but unfortunately, I just don't feel like I have a connection with you right now. I want to be able to trust you and you be able to trust me. And half the time when I say that, they just let the guard down. And I said, no, Paul, I'm right now, no, that's just the way I am. Don't worry. You're a good guy. Okay, okay, man. Okay. Then I start to give my presentation. Very important. After you get that done, then of course, you're going to jump and pass desire. And you got to get to close. Remember, you don't need this bad boy. Step 4 is not needed. Okay, when you do step 1 and step 2 and step 3, very good, you bypass 4 and you go to close. But there's a secret to close, and I'm not going to tell you the secret on here. I'm going to tell you the secret in class. That's the secret. The secret is you need to find out the darn secret and get in class, because reading the book is not the same as going into the course. All right, so why are you here? The question is, why are you here? You're here because you want to get something that is going to help you to be successful. All right, I'm going to give you this one opportunity to increase your sales right now and to survive. One opportunity. And yes, that's correct. I'm here to sell you a way for you to grow. That is true. And the fact is this. Some of you will take the opportunity right now and you'll see it immediately. Yay! Good for you. And some of you will not. And guess what? No problem. NAR says that what? It says that majority of realtors fail. I don't want you to be in that category. So you need to consider this very deeply. All right. So now let's look at it. The 5 Steps to the Sale book was released. I mentioned to you April 2022. You will get the secret that I've been using for over 30 years. And how does the course work? The course works like this. It's a 90-day program. Remember I said earlier that people that are 35 years old, they are set in their ways. 95% of what they do is unconscious. They just drive down the street, and me too. We're coming home. We could do this unconsciously, right? Only 5% is what we do with our mind. So just look, everything you're doing with your body. So we're going to have to break you down and show you how to do this. The 5 Steps to the Sale course is designed for champions. If you're not a champion, leave, go, sign off. See you later. You're going to stay with us. You're going to have 90 minutes with me, and I'm going to teach you the 5 Steps to the Sale. The students are phenomenal, and I'm going to play a video of some of the students' reviews. I hope you can hear it. It's coming up in a minute. You don't want to miss it. Now, also, you're going to learn how to generate 10 plus appointments of quality buyers and sellers each week. We have some amazing coaches that is on board with us that's going to teach you how to do some marketing. If you've seen some of my marketing stuff, you know the value of it. My daughter, Erica, that I cried when I was learning my sales, because this was kind of the reason why I got into sales. My daughter Erica is now like 31 years old, and she is a phenomenal person. She's a nurse practitioner in school. She's a registered nurse, and she's going to teach us how to do meditation. She is a yoga instructor too, and she's phenomenal. So some of the students that have gone through this, they just find her to be so valuable. We've also hired a professional physical trainer for you. We did. It's part of the package. And this trainer, we encourage you to work out at least 3 times a week. I can't force you to work out, but you should do it, because when you do as an entrepreneur, you get the endorphins, and the endorphins will kickstart off your day. And you need the endorphin to start out your day. Maybe it's because I was in the military, but when I learned that endorphins, when I start my day out with exercise, I still do it to this day. I get up and I do my exercise and my meditation. You've got to do that, and you've got to be disciplined to do that. So why we put all of this together is because you need to transform yourself. 35 years of life that you've gone through. For those of you who are in that category or below or under, it doesn't matter. Years don't matter. It don't matter. If you're 20 years old, I don't care. You have been set in your old ways for many, many years. In order for you to become a successful entrepreneur, my friends, look at me very carefully. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You're going to have to break it. You're going to have to take it, and you're going to have to break the habits. Break them. Break. In order for you to succeed and feed your family. It's only 12% of 1.6 million people who are realtors know this and able to do that. You're here, you have the opportunity, and I'm going to show you just how wonderful the opportunity is. You're going to even surpass these people. You're going to be better than that. Right now, here on the screen, this is my gift to you. Look at that QR code. Get your camera out. I want you to grab that QR code, because I'm about to go. I'm about to wrap it up. It's 45 minutes in. Got to wrap it up. All of you out there in my community, on the YouTube channel, oh my gosh, I feel about you. We're live. I haven't been live in a long time. I love you guys, and we're growing on the channel. I mean, we're streaming right now. I appreciate you. My opportunity to you is a gift. Diana have the gifts. I've instructed her to do something special for all of my community members at the YouTube channel. You subscribe, and you're always there to support me. Those of you here in this webinar, thank you very much. I appreciate you too. But the first 20 people that go right now and set their call with Diana for a 30-minute free coaching, I'm going to go ahead and also give you an expired listing script. It's phenomenal script. All right. And there's more. So let's continue on. Now, I'm going to need some help. So somebody is going to have to tell me that we can hear this video clearly. And I'm going to turn up my volume because I kind of need it. I hope this all works out. I want you to watch what the students are saying who complete the 90-day Business Accelerator. In the chat, tell me if we're doing good on the audio. Here we go. Listen to this. I hope it works out. Tell me you can hear.
Limited seating. You do not
We got it, Paul.
Thank you.
The 90 days Business Accelerator. Take a look at these 10 students. Just look. Check it out. Look what the 10 students' results are. And there's many more. But just look at the 10. See what do you feel? Real talk.
After meeting you, I went to been to 3 listing appointments so far, and a few buyers that I have worked with. But I took those listings, man.
Yeah. Closed them. All 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
99%. In the last 90 days that you created, take a moment. How much sale volume you put together in 90 days?
Almost 2.5 to 3 million. Say.
$3 million in sales volume. Yes. Congratulations, Manny, because do you know that most realtors are producing $3 million in sales volume in over 12 months, and you're doing it in 3 months? The start. Congratulations.
My first thoughts of the 5 steps of the sale is that it's straightforward, it's doable, but you do have to be disciplined and bet on yourself and really want it. And so when I did, focusing on the end result and what I wanted to see, I was able to get past my fear and speak to my past clients. They were welcoming. They were happy to hear from me. And 2 of them told me that they wanted to sell. They do have some fears to get over, but we're working through those. I'll be working with her and prepping her so we can get her to homeownership.
Wow. What do you think, like, for example, let's say, you never came into the 5 steps of the sale course. Do you think there was any remote possibilities that you would have achieved 2 new listings and 1 new buyer in 7 days?
To be honest, no, Paul. I have to be honest with myself.
I didn't know where to start, so I didn't have anything in the pipelines or going. But since then, I have done like webinars. From the webinars, I got some appointment schedules. I believe it's an awesome system. It kind of helps you think a different way compared to compared to what I was doing before, because, people wasn't returning back to me when it came. I might have sold them a house, but they wasn't coming back to me to list their house. It helps you with objections, how to handle, how to deal with it, what to say, how to turn that objection into a positive for them to execute to the point what you. It's kind of like subliminally to try to get them to do what you want them to do, but make it seem like, you know what, you're right. Yeah, I think I want to. I think I want to keep going and sign. Yes. Well, bye.
That's so nice. Good work, Anna. Good work.
It kind of opens your minds to new ways of how to generate leads for you. To gain new businesses.
So you gain new business while you're in this course?
Yes.
So for me, I learned a lot more than I was expecting to learn, honestly. And the fact that this was so great to use for all business industries. It's not limited to just one specific niche or industry. I learned how to talk to people and drive the conversation in a way that benefits both me and the potential client. So that was like a great tool, because sometimes I know when trying to close a deal, you might get stuck or stopped up from time to time. But this gives like so many different ways to maneuver the conversation in a positive way.
So 5 steps of the sale You
Look,
will be.
I'm not even going to go anymore, but I put it in the chat. You guys could listen to that on your own. If you don't trust me and you don't believe in me, that's okay. Listen to that video, watch it out. But I know those of you who do, I'm so grateful for you. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Those of you who are not aware of the face, but look at these guys on our channel right here. Right here in our office, we have Kevin Marcus Sylvester, Grammy-nominated musician that's actually sitting here right now. And I got a few questions for him.
All right, I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you. Thank you for having me. I've been a realtor. Actually, tomorrow is my 2-year anniversary.
Oh,
23, yes, anniversary. And I just crossed 10 million in sale last week. So it's been a really great business, that I've been able to put together. I think you've helped a lot in that, but it doubled my volume the next year.
Oh my God,
doubled, yeah. But I did 3.5 when I met you. And then I've done 7 since, so that's only been 2 years. So.
Amazing.
The right click, I always say the right click. Didn't I tell you that? Am I lying to you? I'm not lying to you. I love you. I love you. All right? I want to see you succeed. That's why we're here. All right, let's wrap this up because I got to go. For those of you who not already, remember, I want you to click. All right? I'm going to do that again one more time. Look right there. And then I'll come back to the slide. Take your camera. Set the growth call. I don't want anybody in this course who don't want to be here. This is not to sell you anything. It's to give you the opportunity to grow and to succeed and to not be the darn statistics that we all are. They say that 80% of us fail. They say that we can't even make $100,000 a year, 10 consecutive years. Well, that's a lie. I can prove them wrong. Use the 5 steps to the sale and you can make it. All right. What is our takeaway? Well, I'll be darned. It says here, since the 1970s, research shows that over 74% of salespeople fail. NAR, National Association of Realtors, clearly shows that more than 80% of realtors fail. Well, when I say fail, what does that mean? I mean that if you are going to think that you could live, pay your bills, buy milk, buy eggs, groceries, light bill, FPL, if you could do that on $9,600 a year as a medium income for realtors, all realtors, as of October 2023, then damn, where are you living? Where? In South Florida? No. It's going to cost more than that. And you're kidding yourself. You owe it to yourself if you want to survive. If not, take the license and do this to it. Look. Watch me very carefully. Let me turn off the camera. If you don't get a selling system in place, this is your license right here. See it? I want you to take it, and then I want you to put it in the garbage and get out of here. If you don't get all of the systems in place, go to your broker and ask them, do you have a selling system to teach me how to sell? Because that's what I need. The contract, anybody could do a contract. You could hire a TC to do the contract, transaction coordinator, to do the contracts for you. You don't need that. What you need is the attitude and the selling system. I promise you, I'm not steering you wrong. All right? It says here that if you want to grow your business, this is the opportunity. I want you to go to the link that was on the screen before that. If you're ready to grow your business, then right now, here's the last screen for you. If you have questions and you have concerns and you want to know anything in your real estate business, schedule a call. I will see you on that call. Diana is going to handle everything for me. She has my schedule. She's going to book it. Use your camera. Get on the calendar right now, and I'll see you real soon. So I'm going to leave that up while I say goodbye to you. For those of you who are driving or doing something, you shouldn't even be doing that. You should be sitting down because it's a lunch and learn, and you got to be safe. You need to grab your camera and go ahead and book it. So let's recap. What did you learn today? You actually learn that a lot of people are failing in the real estate business. That's what you learned. And not only that, but a lot of people are kind of lacking the tools that they truly need. It's like misconception that you could come to be an entrepreneur and win. No, you have to have the right attitude, the nuclear mind, we teach that, and you have to have the selling skills. So it's skill set, right? Attitude, skill set. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. And when you have those two, you can consistently make the amount of income that you want to see. Usually it's like six figures, 7. Yeah, you could do that. But you have to have this discipline in mind. Remember, we're set up to fail. We have been in a situation where we have habits that we grew up with, on and on and on and on. And then you're telling me, okay, this is the normal habit of a worker bee, an employee, a W-2 employee. These are the habits. These are the habits of a 1099 employee. They're two different things. Do you think that you could just jump from one to the other? No, don't work like that. The guy or gal with the 1099 situation that is doing particularly well, they tend to have these different habits than this one over here. It's just logical to me. And you have to see that. You know, look at the attendance. You guys are still here. That means I've grabbed you. I got you good, didn't I? Yeah, I stirred it up. That's right. You know how I feel about you. But I've got to go because the day runs on. It's top of the hour right now. Thank you all from Our World. I thank you. We've just partnered with you guys, and we're now an affiliate at Our World. And, you know, Successful Business Academy is there. Diana, I want to thank you so much for being our VP of enrollment, and you are out there making these connections. Our World, thank you all for being here. We have so many more opportunities for you guys. But I want to thank all the people that came out to see this today and who are watching it now, streaming on our YouTube channel. We've grown so good with the channel, and we are going to do some really fabulous things in the future. So the channel is growing. We're going to be creating more nicely looking thumbnails and graphics, and the video production is phenomenal. I really like the work that's happening there. We're even thinking about putting in something that's called case files. And case files is where you could come in to the channel and you could learn what happens with a realtor transaction, and you could kind of watch it and read it and say, well, maybe, you know, maybe this is how I should handle my deal. It's something new, but I think it's phenomenal. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Until next time, I will answer your questions when you book your, set your call. One more last time. Let me do last time. Look, if you haven't already, you need to grab that QR code. Turn up your camera.
I put the link in the chat as well. If it's easier for you to click on the link than scan it, but definitely let's get on a call. At least just to get your free expired listing. Let's go. Let's talk a little bit more. See where we can go. Thank you again to all our World and YouTube followers. It's good to see that me jumping around at those events is paying off, and I'm glad you guys are here today as well. Thanks, Paul. You did an amazing job.
My pleasure. See you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. And I put in the chat again, the video, so you can see it there. Grab it before you go.